Hello Aquarius, this is going to be your September 28th new moon reading, and I'm going to just shuffle these up and get one card to kind of really get the general energy of what you might be going through around this new moon time. Hope y'all have had a pretty good September. I will be posting all of the October readings for next week, and so hopefully I'll have all those ready for you guys, as long as, you know, that's the divine's plan. I can always plan it, but you know, can't really promise it. So let's just see what Aquarius is going through. This is going to be a new moon for everybody. That's going to be good. It's supposed to be an incredible new moon because the way the planets are all lined up and having parties in different parts of everybody's charts, it's just really turning out to be a stellar time around this new moon. I feel it coming. All right, yin. So cool. The reading right before you got yang. And yin is all about receptivity and creativity and recognizing how we create abundance in our thoughts, intuition. It's the more spiritual side of the yin and yang. Collaborative. So this is a really cool card for you. It is a feminine energy, so maybe even tapping into that more sensitive side, despite if you're male or female or non-gender or whichever. The yin energy is going to serve you, you know, around this new moon time. That is the suggestion for you. So let's get a few more tarot cards and see if we can't really figure out what you might be creating or, you know, receiving in a receptive way, and see what's going on with you, Aquarius. We've had a lot of new things going on for you. You know, you had a lot of realizing of change in your first reading for September, and then, you know, recognizing that fear wasn't going to be a part of your story. So let's see what's coming up for this new moon in the yin energy. This is great because, you know, when we're able to create, that's that new moon energy right there. Creating more, because the things that close out or leave us around the full moon time are definitely replaced with something in the new moon time. It's like clockwork. It happens all the time, every time. It's a law of the universe, if you will. In my world anyways, that's been my experience. Full moons close it up. New moons bring more. Yeah, definitely. So you've had a perception shift. Something big has changed in your world. Look at that. Another major arcana. You have Judgment. You have 5 coming at the heart of your reading. You have 4 of Swords and King of Swords. So a lot of mental energy going on and some major shifts. Now the underlying energy that you have is decisions. Now the Lover's card is always around decisions. And yes, it could be a relationship for some of you Aquarians out there. There could be that realization that there's a decision to come together and be in a relationship. However, this is also a decision around just our life in general. Okay, and it's a big one. It's not like deciding which pair of pants to wear today. It's more like, this is a big decision. This is a choice. It's a choice to change things in your current circumstances. The card before the Lovers is going to be your Hierophant, and he's realizing his belief, okay? Because the card before that is realization. So we have realization, belief, and due to realization and belief, then we have a decision to make. So you may have some choices around this new moon time, Aquarius, and they'll be good choices that serve you, though. It's a coming together. It's a, you know, you could even be coming together with yourself, realizing your own power, coming back into the essence that makes you who you are. So whether it's a relationship, coming back to yourself, maybe even, you know, a decision around a work matter that brings you a lot of joy, and it's, you know, it's that kind of a relationship of a new path, essentially, because the 7 is the path afterwards. After this is the Chariot. And when we're faced with the Chariot, it's head and heart. Right now it's just heart. Okay, you have a lot of heart going into this decision. And that is alongside this yin energy. That's that reception. That's that heart, that feeling, that more emotional side of the yin and yang energy. Now let's start here. You have Hanged Man. And like I said right off the bat, it's a perception shift. This person is not being hung. He has climbed up here to see what he has been looking at in a different way. So he recognizes the perception shift. And among doing so and changing his shift of his thoughts and the way he looks at whatever he's experiencing, he is able to get a huge download. A huge download of information that may shift his entire path. So there's that path. So the information you may be receiving, or the information that you received in between the full moon and the new moon, is definitely bringing up some new options, some new decisions, and a definitely new perception. That's awesome. It's almost like, it's like when you look at something upside down and it looks entirely different from when it's right side up. That's that perception shift when you're like, wow, I didn't even realize this. And along with this perception shift, there's a reincarnation of sorts, a transformation that's happening, and a closing of cycles. This card comes right before the end of the entire tarot. So it's like being reborn out of everything that you've experienced to have a new opportunity to start again. The Judgment card is always going to be something that is going to give us awareness. It's that reincarnation. Okay? And whether that's a reincarnation of a creative process, a thought, an idea, something you want to do, whatever it is, Aquarius, it's coming back around as an opportunity for you. And it may be due to this perception shift. Maybe what you've been wanting to reincarnate or redo or experience in your life hasn't come through because you just didn't have the right eyes to see it. When we change our perception, we can view things in a totally different light. And, really adopting that intuitive side of yourself with this yin energy here, it's going to really help you get through some of these tougher energies that you've been experiencing with this Five of Cups. This is sadness. This is realizing that you've lost something. Something's ended. Something's gone away. And it's grief. And it doesn't feel good always. Sometimes when we have some major shifts and changes due to the full moon, it can really hurt us. It can feel really crappy. We didn't have control over these cups falling over. However, they still fell over, and it's something you kind of have to deal with. It's like the old adage of don't cry over spilt milk. It's kind of like that. However, I suggest you heal. Don't shove those emotions down because they'll just eventually resurface and bite you later. Address the emotions, recognize the loss, and then recognize what you have left. Despite the 3 falling over, you still have 2. Okay? And that is a big deal for you, Aquarius, to recognize it. Yeah, a lot of things have changed, but that's that perception shift. Yes, there's some pain and grief and loss. But when you look at it in a different way, you actually have a lot going for you, right? That's that shift in the way you look at your current situation and really taking time for yourself. This card is all about self-care, resting, relaxing, forgiving yourself, letting those mental attacks just go away, rest them away. Do things that make you feel joy so that you can get some of this heavier energy that you've been feeling and release it, let it go. A lot of the things that we get really upset about, we have no control over. So it's truly just realizing that you don't have control. Maybe that's that perception shift for you, is realizing that you really don't have control over anything but yourself. Okay, Aquarius, and resting, because the more mental anguish that you cause, the more loose these swords become, and they're right above your head. You do not wanting these swords falling on your head, Aquarius. Trust me. Let the mental anguish go. All the thoughts that eat at you and the negative thoughts that you think due to your loss, And that'll be different for everybody. Some of you've lost a job, some of you've lost friends, some of you've lost a creative project or an opportunity that was really important to you. Okay, some of you have truly lost a person, you know, and, you know, recognizing that there is that time to grieve. There is that time to recognize where you've been, right, with this judgment. But really, that's not where you're going. Where you're going is right here, and you need to let it go. Let it go and move on forward, because what you have coming forward and with this decision here is this King of Swords, and this is intense, awesome mental energy. It's clarity. It's a new truth. Okay, you move through this situation and come out of it with an entirely new truth. And it's a great one. This guy, he rules his kingdom with communication that's very open, very clear thoughts and thought processes, and definitely holding on to truth. Truth is what drives it. Now, he doesn't only hold those aspects. He has every single king in him as the way he rules. He does have love from the cups. He does have passion and action from the wands. And he does also carry that stability with the coins and that physical energy. However, his priority is through communication, because he realizes his words can manifest what he needs for his kingdom. He realizes that open communication and truth is always going to provide what he needs for his kingdom to be thriving. So that can be a suggestion for you to adopt that energy right now. Adopt the energy that, yeah, things are different and there has been some loss, but who you are now is your new truth. What you were isn't, because you're getting another opportunity here with this Judgment card, and that's huge. That's huge when we come around with that. So let's get a couple more clarifying cards on top of these tarot cards. Now, I did announce a giveaway. Woo! I have a free unopened tarot deck and book set to give away. So if you want information about that, just stay tuned to the end of this video, and there will be a little link on how to click and subscribe and do all those cool things to get you into the entry. It's going to be super fun. There's no purchase necessary or anything funky like that. And I'm even going to just ship it. I'm not going to try to charge you for shipping or nothing. It's definitely a sweepstakes, and you win, and it's free, and it's real. So check it out, Aquarius. I'm pretty excited. I actually ended up buying the deck on accident. I bought 2 of them. So I had 2 decks. Look at that. The Lover's coming out. So that validates that. I had 2 decks show up from my Amazon cart. So I must have really liked that deck twice. I added it to my cart twice. Long story short, I ended up with 2 decks, and I'm going to give one away. So there's a little video at the end of this video that will tell you all about it. You just gotta click on it. Alright, Aquarius. I love that that Lovers came out, because that definitely validates some kind of a huge decision in your life. It's like this life-altering decision. We have 2 of Wands, 4 of Cups, 5 of Swords, and 7 of Swords. Okay, I can see where some of this mental anguish might be coming from. So let's go through this. Now, this change in perception has definitely caused you to come to a point of decision. Now, for some of you, yeah, this could definitely be a real relationship. Like, you've all of a sudden decided, wow, I didn't realize this was my person. I'm definitely going to see if this person's down to be my person, right? That could be that choice. However, I truly feel for a lot of you Aquarians out there that you've had a perception shift. I don't know what caused that perception shift. It's going to be different for each of you Aquariuses out there. However, the perception shift and the way that you look at things now has made you come to a realization of decision. You have to choose a decision. And what's going to help you choose your decision is the yin energy. And that's why it falls right in here. It's always that guide, right? This is the oracle card. It's going to tell you how to, and suggest how you get through some of these heavier energies. And adopting your intuition and the softness, okay? There is no need to be rough around this new moon, because if you come in with yang energy and that action and kind of that powerful, domineering energy, you're going to be choosing resistance. And resistance isn't going to give you this opportunity. This huge decision won't be realized, right? So definitely keep that yin energy with you. Keep the love flowing, the reception. That's that feminine energy, being receptive and loving and being able to create from what you gain. So with the Judgment coming out here and the Two of Wands, this is another validation that there's a decision to be made. Twos always signify that you choose. Now this is passion. You have the world in your hands, Aquarius. What are you doing with it? You're getting another opportunity. It's almost like you're being reborn so that you can decide what's in store for you. It's almost like maybe you thought that you had no more options and you were at the end of your rope for whatever it was. It could be a work, a relationship, but something's reborn and re-sparked for you, and you feel like you have the world in your hands and you can make new choices that are passionate and exciting and full of action. So some of you Aquariuses may be like going off onto some adventure in your life, right? A decision to just do something amazing because you've been given another opportunity with new eyes. It's like you have new eyes, new opportunity, and this blows your mind. You have all of a sudden new decisions and options that you're trying to figure out. And really, the core of this reading, look at this. This is so intense. All right, you have the 4 here and the 5. This one is emotion. So Cups energy, 4 and 5 energy, we have realizing that what's in front of you is okay, but it's not what you want. It's like he doesn't see this cup. He knows he wants a cup like that. Okay, this is like he wants that cup, but all he sees are these 3 cups here, and it's just not what he wants. That's kind of like this, like, what is this? And what's this? Here's 3 cups here, and here's 3 cups, and it's just not what I want. It's because you want this cup, Aquarius. Well, guess what? One of these cups here could be that cup. Through a perception shift, a decision can bring you to that cup. Okay, a lot of times that's, what our destiny and our divine path entails anyways, is sometimes going through some of these darker energies, because that is yin and yang, right? We have to accept that there is that darker shadow, negative, painful, not so shiny, happy, joyful side. It's the blend of those two that creates our experience to the fullest, not ignoring it. Or you don't want to ignore this energy. You want to honor it and forgive yourself. Whatever you've been through, Aquarius, forgive yourself for it and move on. There's no reason to sit here and cry over the milk that's been spilt, and there's no reason to make choices that don't feel good. Don't choose any of these cups if it's not what you want. So if it's like you're being offered with a bunch of different jobs and you're like, yeah, I could take those because the money's there and I do need a job, but it doesn't really serve me, so I don't know. And you're like, I don't know, I actually have decided that I don't want to be in this field at all. I actually want to go this way, the perception shift. Yeah, so don't choose anything that doesn't feel good, because you have the world in your hands. You have a lot of decisions. This Lover's card duplicating with 2 different decks is huge. Now, you have the 4 here signifying that you need to take that rest and relaxation and let some of that mental energy go. Mental energy is not in line with yin. That is not, that heavier negative mental energy is not there. And that could be there because of this. This and this is a card of greed. We've all done it, Aquarius. Do not beat yourself up. And maybe that's why you're having to heal and forgive yourself, because you realize it didn't end the way we wanted. This 5 of Swords here, yeah, he has gained all those swords and it's victory and he's probably feeling good. But at the end of the day, he's going to have a burden carrying all these swords. This is going to become a burden that's going to end up being something he falls on his own sword. When we fall on our own sword, it's our own fault. We've carried too many swords, and it's almost like we've carried all these different truths. We've carried all these different truths with us, and they eventually bite us in the butt. And all this mental anguish, if you don't let go of it, look what happens. It turns into the 5. So here's your 4 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and 7 of Swords. And those are like the chaos. This is chaos right here. So this is like greed, dishonesty. This is a mixture of things that are never in line with what we should be doing with our lives, right? Because a lot of the times it ends in this. We end up heartbroken. We end up upset, unfulfilled, because this kind of lifestyle never serves us. So if you're experiencing that, Aquarius, it's just a learning lesson. You know, whatever's happening here, if this has happened to you, you know, you're definitely feeling it. If this is something you've been doing, you know in yourself what you need to do. You need to adopt this King of Swords attitude. Yeah, you can fight and you can get the sword, but is it worth it? Is it worth it to do this to people? Or is it worth it to carry 7 swords? My goodness, it seems like overkill, right? So definitely recognizing where you may be doing some self-sabotage, or where somebody in your life may be causing this kind of turmoil, you know, keeps taking from you, or isn't recognizing your needs, you know, just keeps walking on and grabbing what they need. It's almost like there's an imbalance of giving and receiving happening. Okay? This is definitely something that needs to be recognized and healed, but then let go. Because the mental anguish can build into these heavier energies, and they're just not healthy, Aquarius. And it won't serve you. You know, when we let our mind eat at us, and we don't allow our heart to come in and show us that brighter light and the options, we just sink. We sink into this dark, right? These cards right here are no good. This one is. This is saying to heal from it, but this is like, hey, something's happening here, Aquarius, and recognizing it, forgiving yourself, honoring what you've been through and what you've learned, right? Don't deny, don't hold grudge, don't beat yourself up. Honor, forgive, recognize the lesson and the new eyes that you've been given. Recognize the new opportunity you've been giving. Whatever you've been through didn't kill you, right? You've made it through 100% of your bad days to this day. So let that kind of stuff flow out of you. Forgive yourself, honor it, move on, Aquarius, because this yin energy is going to help you get into these more awesome feelings that really is what we want in our life. The lover's energy, the choice to have love. Thank you so much for watching, Aquarius. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It definitely helps me spread my channel. I'm still super new to YouTube, and I definitely want to get this kind of energy and information out to people. Tarot absolutely excites me, so I want to keep sharing and doing that, and it definitely helps me to get more subscribers and likes and all that good stuff that YouTube kind of requires in order to share your videos freely. So please do that, and if you did like this video, make sure that you hit the like. If you want to comment, I'm always down to comment back if you're commenting appropriate stuff. Definitely subscribe and hit the bell button so that you get the updates, okay? As soon as I post the October reading, you're going to want to know about it. So hit that bell button and check out the sweepstakes. It's going to appear at the end of this video somewhere around here, okay, guys? Thank you so much, Aquarius. We'll talk to you soon.